Hi, and welcome back to Tampa Bay Right Now. My next guest is Vicki Westra. Vicki is the owner of AUTISM Cafe, and her daughter is affected by autism. Thank you for being with us, Vicki.
Thank you for having us.
So let's get started. Tell us about you, your daughter, AUTISM. We have tons of things to talk about.
I know.
So first start with you and your background.
Well, our journey with autism began at the age of 4.
Okay.
And we received that diagnosis, and at that time, we had no idea what it was.
Right.
You know, it wasn't as prevalent as you hear about today. And so it started the journey of, you know, going down the path and finding out, first of all, what it was, and finding out the best resources that help our daughter live the joyous, you know, purposeful life that she was brought here to lead.
And so what got you inspired to help out in this way? Is it because it, you know, did hit home so much, and also because it was so new to you, maybe you wanted to help, you know, other people?
Absolutely. Well, when I left my corporate America job. I had a calling to do something else, and I started a coffee company, and at the same time started a not-for-profit called Art for Autism. And those two entities came together when I met the manager, the general manager of Mercedes-Benz of Tampa, when they were building their new dealership and had a cafe. And he got very intrigued by what we were doing and said, well, why don't you open up a cafe here in the dealership? And it wasn't part of my plans, but I thought, well, what if we employed young adults with autism? And he didn't miss a beat. He said, I think that would be really cool.
That's
and
amazing.
That's the founding of AUTISM Cafe.
And how long ago was that you started all of this?
2 years.
Wow.
2 years. And as a parent of a child that is now growing and developing, getting into the teenage years, you start looking at the statistics that show that a high percentage, some statistics show up to 85–90% of people with autism never are employed throughout their whole life. And as a parent, of course, that's a scary statistic because you start thinking, well, what happens to my child when I'm no longer here? And so I'm sure that that drive to do something is what brought all of this about. But really, the goal of the cafe is 100% employment of individuals with autism.
What does your daughter think about all this?
Well, she loves it.
Yeah.
She loves going to the cafe, and you know, we're getting her prepared mentally, emotionally for taking that journey herself. She's in school now, but we see a day where she can do not just AUTISM, but anything that she wants to do.
Yeah. So tell us some of the stories that maybe you've seen come out or go into these people that are working for you now with autism.
Oh, we have so many. Every story, every life that we touch there is just, it's really been transforming for our team members. As Dr. Howie talked about, social skills, communication, multitasking can be challenging for these individuals. But what we find is that if you provide the right training and the right support, that they not only do well, but they do a great job. And so the cafe gives us an opportunity to educate people that come in about what the possibilities are with autism. So hopefully one day it's not only us employing them, but they'll be employed throughout our own community.
And this has got to be so rewarding for you. I mean, to go from a place where you said, you know, this is a calling, I feel like I need to do something different, and then the doors just fly open.
Absolutely.
I always say that means that that was supposed to happen.
That was.
You know what I mean?
That was.
So tell me about that. How do you feel at the end of the day when you realize what you're doing is making such a big difference?
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see, and I'll give you one story of one of our artistas who comes in, has no eye contact, you know, has, you know, struggles to communicate, to put the sentences together, because sometimes there's a processing delay time.
Right.
But we felt like there's just so much in there, and we were just so excited to bring it out. Even though it was the first cafe, we just knew he was supposed to be part of our team. And he, you know, came in and had some little gestures, you know, little tics.
Sure.
And within 2 weeks, the tics were gone.
Wow.
Within a couple months, he was giving you direct eye contact, never thought about relationships or driving, and now his whole world is opened up. And he informed us that he wanted to be a supervisor at the cafe. And so when you see somebody that doesn't have any hope for their future, you know, doesn't really see it, and now all of a sudden they're seeing all the possibilities unfolding before them, it's a wonderful thing. because that's the message. The message of the cafe is anything is possible for you. You know, all you have to do is believe it, and we're there not to change who they are, but we're there to give them the skills and talents to be the best them that they can be.
Right. And how can we help? How can the community help you, you know, keep doing your good work?
Well, we're excited because we're opening up a new autism center here in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And we are definitely looking for people who want to join our journey.
Okay.
We're going to be doing employment training across the board, not just for cafes, but for culinary, for art, for fulfillment, which is labeling and packaging, which helps individuals that may not be as high functioning as those at the cafe, but still have many skills and talents that we just want to be able to see blossom.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here and for, you know, spreading the word. Like we had said in the previous segments, it's all about awareness. It's getting the word out there. It's getting people involved.
Absolutely.
Not just sitting on their couch and watching this, but actually getting on the computer, researing Artistas Cafe and getting
That's
involved.
right.
So thank
Come
you
on
so
over
much.
and have some coffee.
I will now, absolutely. Buy a Mercedes while I'm at it.
Yes.
But thank you so much for being here and for all that you do.
Oh, thank you, Allison.
We'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us today, and thank you for watching. We hope you've learned a lot about the autism disorder and are inspired to help all of these organizations meet their goals this year. If you have any questions or would like to know more, visit our website at mytvtampabay.com. That's what's happening right now in Tampa Bay. I'm Allison Burns. We'll see you next week. Good night.